Welcome back to Lap of the World. If you're just now joining us, we've shipped our 320,000-mile Acura NSX across the Atlantic to, among other things, join the NSX Club of Europe for their summer tour. So far in this series, we've collected our car in Germany, made a pit stop at a historic track near Reims, and driven the legendary Circuit de la Sarthe. In the last video, we followed up our laps at Le Mans with a day touring a chateau and enjoying some French cuisine. We now pick you up for the last full day of the NSX Club Europe Summer Tour as we head back to LeMans Classic. Our second morning on this summer tour started a bit later than the first, allowing time for a real breakfast and quick car bath in the morning to knock the dust off for today's appearance at LeMans Classic. Thanks to Chris from Science of Speed for this shot, and remember, it's only a station de lavage in France. Anywhere else, it's just a sparkling car wash. The NSX Club rolled in 46 deep to LeMans Classic for a second morning in a row, this time to allow for a casual concourse, group photo, and to let everyone spend the day at this amazing event. I'll take a moment to call out here that we've been saying NSX Club of Europe by default, since that's where we are and Renee and company led the effort, but it's important to note that this was a joint venture with significant support and contributions from the NSX Club UK led by Neil Shaw, with a large contingent coming from just across the channel to join in the fun. Both organizations are amazing, and if you're either in Europe or in the UK as an NSX owner and haven't joined one of these clubs, you're missing out. It's hard to describe the scale of LeMans Classic, but it might be something like consolidating most of Monterey Car Week, including the shows, concourse, and historic racing, into a single huge venue, but with a distinct motorsports-leaning vibe. You could literally walk all day around the infield at Le Mans and probably not see everything in the course of 2 days. Getting your steps in will not be a problem here. For our part, Liz and I scored some coffee and a pastry before starting our late morning with a stroll through the vendor village to do some souvenir shopping for both us and some motorsports-loving family back home. After spending way too much time in between several model car vendors, my efforts paid off with a deal on a die-cast model of one of the 1995 NSX entrants, a GT1 cousin to the number 84 GT2 winner. We also stopped by Yuli's Racing Legends booth to snag a print of his amazing drawing of the winning GT2 car in flight. We were even early enough to be able to score print number 13 of the limited run, which we hope will serve as a wonderful reminder of this weekend. The creation of this art wasn't arbitrary, but rather made possible by our host Renee's encouragement of the artist in context of this summer's event, so in a way, it was drawn for us, and that's awesome. With art and merch in hand, we dropped our shopping haul back at the car in time for me to snap a fun picture of our venerable NSX in the same frame, with one of just 3 Ferrari 312Ps in existence, coming off track and stopping for a tow back to the paddock. At risk of losing some watch time here, there is onboard video of that car being properly belted around the track elsewhere on the internet. Thank me later. Speaking of paddocks though, after procuring some lunch, Liz and I were off to see some cars, pausing to take an obligatory "we were there" photo, thanks to our newly minted NSX guru Dan for the camera work. I'll take a moment to call out here that we've been saying NSX Club of Europe by default, since that's where we are and Renee and company led the effort, but it's important to note that this was a joint venture with significant support and contributions from the NSX Club UK led by Neil Shaw, with a large contingent coming from just across the channel to join in the fun. Both organizations are amazing, and if you're either in Europe or in the UK as an NSX owner and haven't joined one of these clubs, you're missing out. After wandering past some of my own childhood hero cars, we made our way back over to the stands almost in time to watch the Le Mans start for the 1960s group of vintage racers. At this point, it was getting fairly late in the afternoon, and I'd had an interesting conversation over Instagram that prompted us to walk back to where we were parked to meet none other than James from JayEmm on Cars. A longtime friend of the channel and car reviewer extraordinaire, we've been in some contact since probably 2017 or 2018, talking YouTube shop and comparing notes during his unfortunately brief stint owning a Gallardo, but we'd never managed to cross paths until now. We got to talking and didn't even think to take a picture. Fortunately, Liz had us covered via candid camera at least. If you want to see some well-researched and intelligent car reviews, and don't already follow him, please do. We did have to pry ourselves away from the conversation eventually, as we had dinner to attend and some final evening festivities back at the Chateau, so it was back on the road to tours, dinner at a lovely cafe, and then a toast and awards ceremony, with the unexpected surprise of winning the People's Choice Award for the concourse. I suspect mainly on the weight of the effort required to get the car here, versus any superlative over any of the extremely nice collection of other NSXs present. Thanks to Clive from the UK NSX Club for the awesome trophies, and hopefully mini Le Mans can be resurrected from the summer heat. I'll also take a moment here to give a shout out via a quick scroll to the event sponsors whose support helped make this possible, some of which may be familiar to our largely US audience, while others may be new to you and worth checking out. The following morning we awoke to some cool showers, tempering the hot weather a bit, and perhaps symbolically mellowing things out after a whirlwind of a weekend in western France. We had one last entertaining connection though, as we realized at some point that our Polish friends from the previous evening also had an Acura NSX. Not only that, but their car used to be a southeastern US local belonging to our friend Clayton from the Carolinas. Small world, and it's definitely in good hands.
All right, well, this wraps up our weekend, not week, our week in Le Mans.
Yeah, it's been an amazing time. We're, as you can see, we're holding an umbrella up here
Yes.
with the chateau in the background and the cars back here as well.
I'll raise it really fast.
As it's,
now you can see the chateau and all the car.
But it's been an amazing weekend. It's been an amazing several days. Thanks so much to Renee and the NSX Club of Europe and for organizing this. It's been an awesome amount of fun. You can see we look a little tired because we've been running all weekend. It's been so much to do, so much to see. Absolutely amazing experience. It's
highly recommended.
We had debated going back to the track this morning, but it's chucking it down out here, and we've got a little bit of ground to cover. So that's where we are going to leave it for our adventures with LeMans Classic and the NSX Club of Europe for now. But
thanks for joining us for this part, and stay tuned for the rest of our trip.
Yeah, so as we get on the road, we thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed coming along with us, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm Richard.
I'm Liz.
This is Lap the World, and we'll see you all in the next video, if not
in Belgium.
In Belgium.